Have you ever felt stuck, overlooked, or unsure of how to move forward? I've been there, but making a few key decisions completely transformed my life, and they can transform yours too. In this video, I'm sharing the 8 powerful steps I took to rebrand myself, level up my life, and unlock my potential. These lessons have been life-changing for me, and I know they'll inspire your journey too. Trust me. This will be one of the most transforming 30 minutes of your life, and you don't want to miss this. So, stick around till the end, and I promise you'll walk away with something that will change your life forever in a positive way. Let's dive right in. The first step in my journey of transformation was letting go of the limiting beliefs that held me back. These were the silent barriers standing between me and the life I was meant to live. For years, I believed lies about myself, that I wasn't good enough, that my voice was too soft to be taken seriously, and that I didn't deserve respect or recognition. The interesting thing is that even though most people admired me, including my voice, I chose to believe the negative comments some people gave about me. These thoughts weren't just untrue. They were damaging to my confidence and my progress. Letting go of these beliefs required a shift in mindset. It wasn't just about changing how I saw myself. It was about seeing myself through the eyes of my Creator. The Bible says, "I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Psalm 139:14. I had to start believing that truth. I stopped letting others' opinions define my worth and began embracing what God says about me. Of course, it wasn't easy. The negative voices, whether from others or within, can feel so convincing. But I realized that if I didn't challenge those voices, they would continue to limit what I could achieve. So I started small, reminding myself daily of my value. One pivotal moment for me was recognizing that my worth wasn't tied to how I compared to others. I realized that I didn't need a loud voice or a bold personality to make an impact. My soft voice, which I once thought was a weakness, became a strength. It allowed me to connect with people in a unique, calm, and reassuring way, as well as impactful in its own way. Another important realization was that I didn't need to wait for perfection to pursue my goals. I learned that progress is better than perfection. Letting go of limiting beliefs also meant embracing imperfection. I stopped waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect version of myself to start pursuing my goals. Even small, consistent steps forward were better than standing still, trapped by fear. Letting go of limiting beliefs gave me newfound confidence. I stopped doubting myself and began seeing the opportunities that were already around me. As I released the lies I once believed, I opened the door to new possibilities and started stepping into the person I was always meant to be. You can also start working on your mindset too by taking a moment to reflect. What beliefs are holding you back? Write them down. Then replace them with truths about who you are and what you're capable of. Remind yourself daily of those truths and start challenging the lies. This next step I am about to talk about was a game changer for me. Once I let go of those limiting beliefs, I had to fully embrace my unique journey, because that's where the real magic of transformation happens. Let me show you how. One of the most transformative steps in my growth journey was learning to embrace my unique path, and that began with becoming self-aware. Listen, we all have a unique journey, and it's so important to embrace it. For me, this started with knowing myself, identifying my strengths, recognizing my weaknesses, and understanding the resources I had or needed to overcome challenges. Self-awareness became the compass that guided me toward my goals. For a long time, I struggled with comparison. I would look at people who seemed to have it all, privilege, resources, or charisma, and feel like I could never measure up. But then I had a realization that changed everything. What truly defines us isn't where we start, but where we choose to end up. That truth helped me to see my journey in a new light. The journey is unique for each of us, and in owning that uniqueness, we find our power. For me, embracing my unique journey also meant owning my voice. I was told that my voice was too soft, and that people wouldn't take me seriously because of it. Those words held me back for years, keeping me in the shadows. But when I realized that my voice, exactly as it is, could be powerful, everything changed. I began to use it intentionally and authentically, and people started listening. It wasn't about being loud or charismatic. It was about being true to who I was and confident in my uniqueness. I stopped trying to fit into what others thought I should be, whether that was being taller, more outgoing, or having a certain body shape, and started presenting myself as the best version of who I already was. And you know what? People respected and loved me for it. This wasn't an easy step. It required letting go of the need for external validation and embracing every part of myself, flaws included. But when I did, I found clarity, peace, and the strength to focus on my own journey instead of comparing myself to others. This particular step comes with great advantages. For example, by embracing my unique journey and becoming self-aware, I stopped wasting energy on comparison. I learned to love myself for who I was, and that authenticity made me stand out. It also allowed me to genuinely celebrate other successes without feeling diminished. My voice, presence, and story became my strengths, opening doors I never imagined. My dear elegant lady or gentleman, take this from me. Your journey won't look like anyone else's, and that's what makes it special, okay? Trust me. The more you embrace it, the more clarity and confidence you'll find. Now, if you're wondering how you can begin to embrace your unique journey, here's what I recommend from my experience and things I have read over the years. Take a moment to reflect on your unique journey. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What resources do you already have, and what do you need to work on? Write these down and commit to focusing on becoming the best version of you, not someone else. But I need you to know that even though embracing your journey is a great start, it gives you clarity and confidence. It's not enough to just know yourself. To truly make progress, you need a clear direction, because without a roadmap, it's easy to feel lost. And that's why the next step I am about to talk about is so important. It's about setting a roadmap to guide you. Setting bold goals is about dreaming big and daring to imagine a better version of your life, even when it feels out of reach. Honestly, when I started, things truly began to change. You know, I had to stop playing small and start envisioning dreams and goals that scare me. When I began setting goals, they felt impossible, like pursuing a PhD, becoming a leader, business owner, or creating something meaningful that would impact lives. At the time, those goals seemed far-fetched, and even some of the goals I have now still seem impossible. Honestly, if someone had read the goals I wrote down, they might have laughed. They would have said, "You this girl, you are a joker." But that's the beauty of bold goals. They challenge you to grow into a person capable of achieving them. They don't just inspire you, they guide every decision you make. But there is an important thing I must tell you about setting bold goals. For me, I didn't just write those goals down and wait for them to magically happen. I intentionally took steps to align myself with those goals. I often say that sometimes we frustrate even the miracles God brings our way because we haven't done the groundwork to be ready. You know, the Bible reminds us in Psalm 37:23 that the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord, but notice, it's not God who takes the steps for us. We have to play our part, and He orders the path as we move forward. We have to move forward, and He will guide the way. That mindset has been so pivotal for me. I make sure I'm ready to claim opportunities when they come. Honestly, these bold goals have become my roadmap. I take small, practical steps, make intentional decisions, and work consistently, even when progress feels slow. Whether it is attending conferences, networking, learning new skills, or simply showing up in spaces where I felt unqualified, I keep moving forward. Each step, no matter how small, brings me closer to my vision. The truth is, growth isn't a destination, it's a journey. As you take bold steps, you'll keep learning, improving, and discovering new ways to make an impact. And I'm still on that journey. Setting bold goals helps me a lot. It gives me clarity, motivation, and a sense of direction. They literally push me to step into opportunities I would have otherwise overlooked. Looking back, I see how my goals shaped my decisions and transformed my life. When you set bold goals and take consistent steps, no matter how small, you'll eventually look back and see how far you've come. If this resonates with you, you might wonder how to apply this to your life. Let me share a quick exercise that helped me. If you're thinking about how to start, take a moment to reflect. What bold goals can you set for yourself? Write them down, no matter how impossible they seem. Then, identify one small practical step you can take today to move closer to those goals. Remember, it's not about arriving, it's about becoming. But remember, goals alone won't get you there. Like I said earlier, don't make the work of God difficult. To truly achieve your goals, you have to be ready for the opportunities that come your way. That takes us to one of the very crucial steps that I think everyone must know: preparing yourself to seize the opportunities life presents. Opportunities are like open doors. You can only walk through them if you're ready. And being ready is not something you do once and forget. It's an ongoing journey. I've come to realize that preparation is a continuous process. I'm always working on improving myself, learning new skills, and positioning myself to take advantage of opportunities when they come my way. For me, preparing for opportunities has looked different at various stages of my life. Sometimes it's about investing in my personal growth by taking online courses, attending conferences, or reading books. Other times, it's about building a strong network of mentors and supporters who can provide guidance and open doors. But most importantly, preparation has required sacrifices. These sacrifices come in different forms. There have been countless times when I had to cut back on leisure, step away from environments that weren't serving me, or stay focused even when the distractions were tempting. One thing I've realized is that opportunities rarely just fall into someone's lap. They're often the result of intentional effort and preparation. For example, during my undergraduate studies, I had to seek permission to miss weeks of lectures, to attend conferences and programs in and outside Ghana that aligned with my long-term goals. I had to work twice as hard to catch up on missed lessons while balancing my academic responsibilities. But I knew those conferences were essential steps toward where I wanted to be. Throughout all of these, I still graduated with first-class honors and received multiple academic excellence awards. My goal wasn't just to earn a degree like everyone else, but to stand out. By going the extra mile, pushing myself out of my comfort zone, and balancing academics with growth opportunities, I set myself apart and prepared for a future beyond the classroom. I'm not saying that if you are a student, you should miss classes. Just know where you want to be and work towards it. One of my favorite verses that keep me moving is from Psalm 37, verse 23, where the Bible says, "The steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord." Notice it says steps, not sitting still. God doesn't take the steps for us. We have to move so he can guide us. That's what I said earlier, that sometimes we frustrate even the miracles God brings to us because we haven't done the groundwork to receive them. For example, you are waiting for God to give you a wife or husband, or even a child, and you're just there, not preparing yourself by studying or reading books that will prepare you as a good spouse or parent. That will definitely make things difficult for God because you are not even ready to handle what you are asking for. Preparation is our responsibility. Let's not forget that. One of the most rewarding things I've experienced is how preparation makes you feel ready for what's next. It brings a sense of clarity and confidence, knowing that you've taken steps to align with the opportunities ahead. By consistently preparing, I've found that I can confidently step into opportunities when they arise. Preparation allows me to approach challenges with clarity and confidence, knowing that I've done the work to be ready. It's a process that's constantly evolving, but it's also incredibly rewarding. If you're wondering how to start preparing yourself, think about where you are right now. Are there skills you need to develop? Are there opportunities you could seize right now if you were ready? Start by identifying one area where you can take action today, whether it's learning a new skill, reaching out to a mentor, or dedicating time to learning something new. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Preparation is essential, but it's not enough on its own. To truly grow, you have to push past your limits and take action. This means leaving your comfort zone and stepping into the unknown, a step that's often uncomfortable, but absolutely transformative. That takes us to one of the most important steps. If you truly want to take advantage of what life has to offer, you must leave your comfort zone. Your comfort zone might feel safe and familiar, but it's also the one place where growth doesn't happen. You can't be doing the same thing and expect a different result. You see, preparing for opportunities is one thing, but seizing those opportunities requires courage. And that means stepping into the unknown. Like I said earlier, growth never happens in comfort. For me, this meant saying yes to opportunities that scared me, like speaking in front of a crowd for the first time, taking on leadership roles, or stepping into spaces where I felt unqualified. Each of these moments felt terrifying at first, but with every step forward, I discovered something new about myself. And yes, I made mistakes, plenty of them, but each one taught me something valuable. The fear of failure, I've learned, is often worse than failure itself. There are a lot of benefits you can gain from leaving your comfort zone. For me, stepping out of my comfort zone allowed me to discover strengths I didn't know I had and build resilience for the journey ahead. I remember there was a time when I had to take on leadership roles that terrified me. I didn't think I had the confidence, the voice, or the presence to lead. But I took on the challenge anyway, and in the process, I discovered inner strength like resilience, adaptability, and a deep capacity to connect with and inspire others. I improved my communication skills and learned how to connect with people in meaningful ways. None of this would have been possible if I had stayed in my comfort zone. Taking those uncomfortable steps is one of the very reasons I'm here today, sharing this with you. It's because I faced those challenges when they scared me the most that I've been able to create a space like this. A space where we can all grow, learn, and become better versions of ourselves together. Imagine if I hadn't left my comfort zone. This Peel space wouldn't exist, and I wouldn't have the opportunity to connect with you right now, creating valuable content that I hope impacts your life. Trust me, every single time you step out of your comfort zone, you grow. You gain new perspectives, build resilience, and uncover strengths you never knew you had. It's not just about the big leaps. Even the smallest steps outside of your routine can lead to transformative growth. It could be as simple as speaking up, attending an event where you don't know anyone, or applying for a role you feel unqualified for. Whatever it looks like for you, I promise you this. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you grow. Every small step outside your comfort zone builds confidence and prepares you for bigger challenges ahead. When I look back, it's those small, consistent steps that brought me here today. Start small and remember that every step you take brings you closer to discovering your true potential. I learned how to face fears, adapt, and grow. It's what allowed me to uncover my strengths and build the resilience I needed for the journey ahead. And here's the truth. The world is far too vast and full of potential for any of us to stay confined to what we already know. Growth comes from exploring, experimenting, failing, and learning. Because only when you step out of your comfort zone will you truly discover what you're capable of. For me, stepping out of my comfort zone has been a continuous journey of discovery, and it's one I'm still navigating today. If you're wondering how this applies to you, think about one area in your life where you're playing it safe. Is there a fear or a challenge you've been avoiding? Maybe it's taking on a new responsibility, pursuing a passion, or stepping into a space where you feel unsure of yourself. Now let's pause for a moment. Reflect on that one area and ask yourself, what small, bold step can I take this week to stretch beyond my comfort zone? Every step, no matter how small, is progress toward growth. The journey of stepping out of your comfort zone gives you the boldness, to take advantage of opportunities, but it is very important to know what opportunities to go after. This realization was a game changer for me, as it led to one of the most transformative aspects of my growth, taking advantage of the right opportunities. When I began exploring the importance of preparing for opportunities, I realized that preparation alone isn't enough. It's equally important to take advantage of the right opportunities, those that align with your goals and vision for your life. Opportunities can be both a blessing and a challenge. When handled wisely, they can propel you toward your purpose, but when taken impulsively, they can lead to unnecessary stress, distractions, or even setbacks. For me, every opportunity I embrace must align with who I want to be and where I'm headed. So, whenever opportunities arise, I ask myself, does this align with my long-term vision? Will this bring me closer to becoming the person I'm working to be? That clarity has shaped my choices. I've attended conferences and trainings, not just to learn, but also to connect with like-minded people who inspire me and push me to grow. These opportunities became fertile ground where I could share my own knowledge, gain insights from others, and develop a deeper sense of purpose. They taught me that taking advantage of the right opportunities isn't about following trends or copying others. It's about intentionally building the life you want. It's tempting to jump on every opportunity that seems appealing, especially when you see others succeeding in it. But here's the truth. We're all on different journeys. What works for one person may not work for another. I've learned not to compare my path to anyone else's or take on something just because it looks good on the surface. The story behind someone's success or failure is often more complex than it appears. The key is to focus on what aligns with your strengths and what God has placed within you. Every one of us has unique gifts and potential, but they need to be nurtured in the right environment. Just like gold needs to go through fire to be refined, we need to surround ourselves with the right opportunities and experiences to grow. When I look back, the opportunities I've taken didn't just refine my skills, they refined who I am. They brought out strengths I didn't know I had and minimized weaknesses that held me back. Taking advantage of opportunities isn't just about saying yes, it's about saying yes to the right ones. It's about knowing yourself, your goals, and your purpose. For me, that discernment has made all the difference. I don't jump into things blindly, and I've learned to seek wisdom and direction before making a decision. Think about the opportunities in your life right now. Are they aligned with the vision you have for your future? If not, it's okay to say no. Saying no to the wrong opportunity makes space for the right one. And when the right one comes, make sure you're ready to embrace it fully. Taking advantage of the right opportunities has brought me closer to my goals, opened doors I didn't even know existed, and given me the chance to grow into the person I'm meant to be. But it's not about perfection. It's about progress. Every step I take, every decision I make brings me closer to that vision, and you can do the same. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on the opportunities in your life. Which ones align with your vision? Which ones feel like distractions? Write them down and seek clarity about which direction you should take. Remember, your journey is unique, and the opportunities you embrace should reflect that. As I learned to take advantage of the right opportunities, I also began to realize the power of showing up intentionally. And that's what led me to focus on transforming my style and presence. Let's dive into that next. When I began embracing challenges and pushing myself beyond my comfort zone, I realized something critical. How you present yourself to the world can define the opportunities you attract. Stepping out of your comfort zone isn't just about bold actions. It's about showing up intentionally when you take those actions. This realization led me to focus on one of the most transformative aspects of my journey, my style and presence. Your presence, how you dress, carry yourself, and communicate is often the first statement you make. For me, transforming my style and presence became a crucial step in aligning my outward appearance with the vision I held for my life. I started dressing intentionally, learning how to choose outfits that complemented my body type and conveyed the confidence and purpose I was working toward. How you present yourself matters more than you think. Once I started improving my style, I noticed a change, not just in how others treated me, but also in how I viewed myself. People began to respect me more. Doors I didn't even know existed began to open, and I gained a new level of confidence. I remember a time when I went to an eatery on campus, dressed in a way that reflected intentionality, class, and modesty. To my surprise, the respect I received was overwhelming. One woman even addressed me as Madame, thinking I was a university lecturer. But I was just a young service worker. That experience, among so many others, showed me how powerful style can be in shaping first impressions. Later, while working at a major retail company in the US, I saw firsthand how appearances influence perceptions. Some customers were unfairly judged or even monitored based solely on how they looked, while others, dressed with care, were given more trust and respect. This taught me a valuable lesson. Your style speaks before you do. When you dress intentionally, you don't just change how others perceive you. You change how you perceive yourself. Transforming my style gave me the confidence to walk into rooms with grace and authority. It communicated to others that I was purposeful about my goals and my life. Take a moment to reflect on your current style and presence. Are they aligned with the vision you have for your life? If not, start small. Learn about your body type. Experiment with styles that make you feel confident, and focus on how you carry yourself in different spaces. Remember, it's not about wearing expensive clothes. It's about dressing in a way that reflects your intentionality and purpose. Transforming my style wasn't just about clothes. It was about stepping into my best self. It gave me the confidence to embrace opportunities, communicate my goals without saying a word, and carry myself with the grace and authority needed to achieve my dreams. Style is more than just fabric. It's a statement of who you are and the value you bring to the world. As impactful as transforming my style has been, I learned that true transformation starts with a strong foundation. And that takes us to the most important step. While all the things I've shared so far have brought incredible benefits, confidence, respect, and opportunities, they would be incomplete without a solid foundation. For me, that foundation is my relationship with God. This step has been the most pivotal in my personal growth journey. Everything else I've done has been anchored in this one thing. Without God at the center, none of these changes would have been as fulfilling or sustainable. Building a relationship with God is not just about asking for blessings. It's about actively seeking Him in every area of your life. I've made prayer a daily routine, not just in difficult times, but also in moments of gratitude and joy. Reading the scriptures helps me find clarity and direction when I feel uncertain. This relationship is also about listening to His voice and aligning my actions with His will. When I allow God to guide me, I find myself in places I never expected, doors open that I didn't even know existed. Opportunities don't just come by chance. They come because He has prepared me for them. A relationship with God saves you from unnecessary trouble. It saves you from worrying over things that don't matter, from comparing yourself to others, and from jumping into things that aren't meant for you. God provides clarity. When you walk with Him, you'll know which opportunities are right for you and which ones to avoid. Not every door is meant to be open, and through Him, you gain the wisdom to discern the difference. For example, there have been moments when I've seen others succeed in a particular area, and I was tempted to follow their path. But because of my relationship with God, I knew better than to jump on every opportunity just because it looked appealing. God orders our steps, Psalm 37:23. But we must take those steps intentionally and prayerfully. He provides direction, ensuring we're walking in His purpose, not wasting time on things that may succeed, but aren't aligned with His will for us. I've faced times when I doubted my ability to move forward. But God has reminded me repeatedly that He doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. This truth has given me strength when I felt overwhelmed, courage when I felt afraid, and peace when I felt uncertain. Just think about Gideon in the Bible. He was called a man of valor because God spoke that identity into him. Without that divine affirmation, he might have stayed in his fears, never stepping into his destiny. That's the power of walking with God. He reveals who you truly are and empowers you to live out that truth. Building a relationship with God gives me peace, clarity, and courage. It allows me to approach challenges with faith, knowing that I am not alone. It gives me the confidence to set bold goals and pursue them, knowing that I'm walking in his purpose. And it keeps me grounded, no matter how much I grow or achieve. Take a moment to reflect on your current relationship with God. Are you seeking his guidance in your decisions? Spend time in prayer, study scripture, and open your heart to hear his voice. Write down the areas in your life where you need clarity and ask him to lead you. This isn't just another step. It's the foundation of everything. Without God, none of the other steps I've shared would have been possible. Building this relationship is non-negotiable because it transforms not just what you do, but who you are. My relationship with God is the anchor that grounds me, the compass that guides me, and the strength that keeps me moving forward. And it can be the same for you. So, no matter where you are in your journey, start or deepen your connection with him today. You'll find clarity, peace, and courage for every step ahead. Looking back, every step I took, no matter how hard, brought me closer to the life I dreamed of. These 7 steps transformed my life, and I hope they inspire you to start or continue your own journey. My journey isn't perfect, and I'm still growing, but I've learned that true transformation comes from within. If you're watching this, know that it's never too late to start your own journey. Remember, your growth isn't just for you. It impacts everyone around you. There are lives and destinies connected to your success, whether you realize it or not. If you fail to bring out the best in yourself, you may hinder others who are meant to benefit from your growth. But when you succeed, you inspire and empower them to succeed as well. So now, what steps will you take today to become the best version of yourself? Share them in the comments below. And if this video inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join this amazing community.